Okay. What's up? We're back with another episode. I know it's been a while, but we got a pretty good one for you. Island Ball episode. You know what episode it is?
Think it's 9.
9.
I'm most likely
It's
sure,
either
but
either 9 or 10, but
9 or 10, yeah.
uh
We've had a lot of been busy with a lot of stuff, college students, other endeavors, but we're gonna be back, man. This is fun, man. So should we just get right into it, Brayden?
let's get right into it.
We can first talk about the Olympics, especially the men's basketball.
Oh,
Today, as of today, it was USA versus Brazil. It was quarterfinals, and then Germany versus Greece, France versus Canada, and
yeah.
Serbia versus Australia. So, got any takeaways, B?
Um, I mean, I'm not gonna talk about it too much because I mean the quarterfinal or the quarterfinals and finals got to come up. We'll talk about it more. We'll have another podcast coming out once those games finish. But
Hmm.
for the USA game, I mean, what they were up by like 33, I want to say, after halftime, 30. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
it was about.
yeah, I mean, it was a blowout. Second half was kind of boring. I don't the thing I want to point and talk about is Steve Kerr's rotations. Have you been liking his rotations and like what he's been doing? Because the
People
whole
been hating
tournament,
on
he's
him. I don't think
he's
it's
he's
that,
been
bro.
you
He
don't
has
think it's that
12
bad?
stars, and like,
Yeah, yeah,
of
yeah.
course,
No,
Derek.
I don't think I don't think the benching thing is bad. Like, some people just gotta sit sometimes.
Yeah,
Depending on the matchup too, he's been doing that. But do you like just I mean, he's intermixed some of the starters and like the bench
I
sometimes,
love
but
the benching.
he really just has five and then he like substitutes a whole
Yeah, he
another
basically
five. You like
subbed.
that? You like that? Like that's
Uh,
what I want. Do you like that?
I love his bench. Like the bench is better than the starters. Like I think it's Derek White, Ant Edwards, KD, and then the
You
two
got
bigs, Bam and
And
AD. And like,
Monte.
yeah, he's been raw. Yeah, that one game against I forgot who it was against. But yeah, like South
Oh
Sudan,
yeah,
I
he was
think. He went
cooking.
off.
It was South Sudan. It was South Sudan,
Yeah.
yeah.
KD off the bench is OP. But I think the benching of Tatum, that was like a big thing. But like I
Mm.
think he could have gave him like 5 to like 8 minutes in that game. I know like points, you know how like the points before it.
And then Embiid didn't play the next game.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like I feel like and
And then
maybe embarrassing
Tyrese.
those guys, but Tatum and Embiid aren't really great fits. Embiid just had a good game today, but
Yeah.
Tatum's been really bad. Like he's been shooting the ball terribly. Even in the playoffs, he shot it pretty bad. But
What'd
hey,
you think about that though? Because Embiid didn't play the whole second half. Like he didn't even run with the starters for the first like 5 minutes in the third quarter.
are you talking about today?
Yeah, I'm talking about today. Because
I
Embiid, yeah. Like
I was because he had a really good first half. Like he might have had like
yeah.
50, I don't know,
I think he
did
had
he have
16. He had 16.
16? And
Pretty
like
sure. Something around that.
me, this was a game like I watched it in like Brazil, like no offense, like Gui Santos, NBA player, like they even look like and like basketball players, like that's how good the US like that's not even saying like oh they're terrible. Like the US just look that good. So like I feel like this game was like a game that like I mean with Steve Kerr's like this game is you're gonna win. So I think
Yeah.
maybe Embiid's confidence, like I don't know, but I mean they're all like stars, like I don't the ego thing, like ruining someone's ego. But Steve Kerr is like
No, I think they're all I think Tatum said it great. Like, I mean, when he first got benched, he was talking about like the competitive side of him obviously wants to play, but he doesn't want to come in there like make it all about him. I
yeah,
think a
yeah.
lot of them do kind of have that. Like they really want to win the gold, so they're
Yeah,
just
you
gonna
can
do
see
whatever.
Halliburton
Yeah,
doesn't play at all, but he looks
yeah,
always like I know he
yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
look
yeah. On the
well.
bench. Yeah,
But he's the one guy that would probably be like, he does like you understand he doesn't get minutes. But
yeah.
I think a lot of people like arguing like Derek White and like Drew Holiday gain minutes over Tatum, but like if you watch the
No,
game,
I like the yeah.
Derek White is like
No, Derek White's been
super good. Like
yeah.
they say but like as a because he's a role player in the NBA, so
No, but he's been
big,
everywhere. He's been. Oh
yeah.
yeah, no, I know what you're saying about yeah, yeah.
So he just it's not like a big adjustment, and he's been doing his thing. And Tatum just he hasn't really got the rhythm yet. And like they're Steve Kerr likes playing like multiple guards. He does this with the Warriors. It's kind of annoying, but
Yeah, no, yeah.
it's kind of working. He'll play Curry, Holiday, and Booker, three guards. So then there's only one forward, which is LeBron. Then he has KD off the bench with the two bigs. So like I think in the say the finals game, say if they play, I think they might play Germany or France. Like when it really matters, like Tatum probably won't be in the rotation, Embiid might be like a not even like he might play 9 guys, and I think it would be Tatum, Embiid, and Halliburton. That would be, not playing. I don't know
What
if you think about that.
what about Booker though? What about Booker?
Have you
Booker's
not?
been tough,
Booker's
right?
been nice.
No, but I was saying 2 years ago, not this past year, the year before, I was saying he was top five, and y'all were calling me crazy.
Okay, you know what? I'm actually gonna bring up. You also said the Suns were a sleeper contender, and they got swept in the first
Okay,
round.
I said that I said that this year, right?
Yeah, they had a good
We
offseason.
could talk about that because we haven't talked about that. But 2 years ago, I said Booker was top five, definitely top eight, and y'all were calling me crazy.
Yeah, that's
But
still crazy. I don't think he's having a good Olympics, but he's not top five.
no, he
You're
was tough,
taking
especially coming back. I think he was coming back off the
Booker's
injury
nice.
2 years
Booker's
ago.
nice.
He was
I
tough.
love Booker.
Bro, he's top 10
I'm
easily.
taking Ant
You
Edwards
don't think
over
he's
him.
you don't think he's top 10?
Are you taking Ant Edwards or Booker?
Like, see that? Are we projecting, or are we just like?
No, like he had a better. Ant Edwards had a better. Booker had a
Uh,
good playoffs
yeah.
though, but that was a long. I know we haven't made a podcast in a minute, so that's kind
You
of
haven't
annoying.
made a podcast in a minute.
But
But
Booker's
yeah, no, the
tough.
Suns did get swept. I was wrong about that. So, yeah,
They
on
had
me.
they had one of my favorite off seasons though. We don't have to dive too deep into it, but getting
Yeah,
Ty minimum, Monte Morris, that's what I told you. They needed a point guard. They had no
yeah.
point guard. Like, oh, Booker can play point guard, and it screwed them over. And now they got 2 point guards, so I think they'll be decent. But later on in the episode, we'll talk about the West and someone game like falling off because it's so stacked. But we
Yeah.
can move on to I didn't watch most of the other games. I watched the France game because I'm French. So I
You can
think
talk about that a little. I wasn't really watching that, but
that was it wasn't even Wembanyama, Batum, or Fournier. Like the NBA players weren't really doing nothing. Gobert got 3 minutes. I don't know if you saw that. Gobert only got three
mm.
minutes. No injury, just got benched for Yabusele, who went off, and then they had a guy named Cornier who went off. So yeah, like I'm hyped for that. I want France to go all the way. Allez le bleu. Like let's get it. But to be honest, I think they just beat Canada because of um just because of a matchup wise. They were really
Basketball,
big,
yeah.
and Canada really had no big. They really could have used Zach Edey, to be honest, because he's Canadian, and they said they wanted him, but I don't know. He should have went. They would have had a better chance. Shake popped off. Jamal Murray was been really bad. I don't know if you've seen that. He's averaging like 5.
Yeah, I seen that, and the shooting percent. Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I mean, good game. Germany beat Greece. I'm not gonna lie. It was at 3 a.m. my time. I did not watch that.
yeah.
Who else played? Serbia. I saw the highlights. Like they're down 26, and Jokic let them back. So that's lit. But I mean, yeah,
We're,
that's
we'll
about it.
we'll make more pods coming. We're gonna be uploading like back to like what we are doing before. We're gonna be constant with it. But
Yeah, yeah.
so I know you're gonna be tuning into the games. I'm gonna be tuning into the games as much as I can. I'm going to Chicago though on Thursday. So I'm gonna be
Okay.
limited, but I'm gonna try to tune into as much as I can so we can talk about it. But just moving on, the NFL just released their top 100 list
Yeah.
recently, just a couple days ago. It's been coming out. Wanted to get your initial reactions, your thoughts. Tyreek Hill. I'm gonna just run through the top 10 real quick. So
Mhm.
Tyreek Hill was number one, voted number one. This was voted on by the players too. So Tyreek Hill was number one. Um, Lamar was number two. McCaffrey was three. Mahomes was four. Miles Garrett was five. Then you had Chris Jones, Trent Williams, TJ Watt, Kelsey, and then Max Crosby at number 10. So just what are your initial thoughts, your reactions? And then we could
Uh,
talk about more than just the top 10 too, if you've seen anyone that was like, yeah.
I don't even like him, but I know what you're. Mahomes at 4 is kind of crazy to me.
That's what yeah, I was gonna say that too.
Like,
But
but like
something
I'm not even a fan, and
so
that's insane to
no,
me.
but something to take into account, and this makes sense, is so this list, when the players vote on it, it's voted on between November and January. So like people were saying Thanksgiving to New Year's.
Oh, and
So
Lamar
like
was
if
popping
you
off at
if you
that
take
time.
in that into account, like so that means someone could have voted right after Christmas, and um I don't know if you remember the Chiefs, like just like it was a horrible loss to the Raiders on Christmas.
Oh, okay. To be
Yeah,
honest,
you
I
remember that?
remember.
So it's like, I mean, the Chiefs had Mahomes didn't have a good season. If you look at his stats, like regular season, there's a lot of reasons for that. Um, but because if you just look at it, I mean, Tyreek Hill was on pace to get like 2K at the time.
Hmm.
Lamar was number one in MVP. They just like beat the 49ers like
Hmm.
badly on Christmas. So it's like in terms of that, when you take into account when they were voting, it kind of makes sense. Like I get it,
Hmm.
but like I don't think anyone's debating that Mahomes isn't one. Like if you're just who's the best player in the NFL, but
Okay. So,
uh,
do you have any other that was like, wow, that's, I mean, I guess
I
Lamar
thought Kyle
is
Hamilton should have been a lot lower. Like lower in terms of like I think what was he
higher.
in the
Like,
40s?
what?
Like lower like on like should have been in the elite. I
He's
think he's top
43.
20.
He's
Top
43.
yeah, I think he should have been
You're
at
that high
least
on
top
Kyle Emerson?
25. Yeah, he just had a great season. I think he's the best safety. I know he just had one, guess you could say one good season, so we got to see what he did, but I don't know, just his stats just the I mean if you watch him play too, just the eye
I
test, but
remember he was like that out of college and he kind of slipped.
yeah, yeah.
I forgot the reason. Maybe it wasn't injury. Was it injury or yeah,
I think he
that's
did have an injury,
but yeah,
but
Ravens know how to get defensive guys. I would say anything that was that crazy. I'm looking at it
what
right
about
now.
because this is something that stood out to me. Aaron Rodgers was on the list. What do you think about that?
Is
Because
Aaron Rodgers?
apparently it's just supposed to be off of last year, but like Aaron Rodgers was like 92 or 93, I think. I mean, he played what four
Yeah, he's
snaps before he got
92.
hurt.
I mean,
Yeah.
just his name. I think he still has that like
Yeah, but then it's like everyone keeps saying. I know it's obviously not true, but everyone keeps saying it's just based off last year. But you know,
I'm trying to see which
but
quarter. I mean, like what I don't know off the top of my head. Is there any quarterbacks that are not on the list that you're like, damn, I feel like Aaron Rodgers is better than?
I don't. No, I don't think that really concerned me. It was just Aaron Rodgers being on the list at all because I mean he
Or
played
he's
four snaps. You
or
know,
he's
so
over Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence in 94. I don't think that's
I just
crazy.
don't think he should be on the list at all. Like I
Yeah.
guess Aaron Rodgers, but like if you're doing a list off based off last year, you
If it was
know,
like Tom
but
Brady and he was injured for the year, are you not putting him on the list?
nah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I
I
understand
see what you're
Joe
saying.
Burrow being middle of the pack because he did play like half the season and he was dominant in some games. So like I understand that. But like Aaron Rodgers literally played four snaps. So that's the one thing I didn't really like. But like I understand I think the Jets are gonna be good this year. Like despite everyone talking about their offensive line. Like I actually think the Jets are gonna be good. Like I think everyone's forgetting that just a couple years ago Aaron Rodgers was like back to back MVP. He was probably the best quarterback in the league. Like he was nice. Like I think everyone's just forgetting that.
Are
But
you not worried
I
about
think
like the division they're in? Like might be too stacked.
Um,
I know
I'm
the
not
Patriots
worried
aren't going to be good,
because
but the
I
Bills and
mean
Dolphins.
it's tough like to just go against the Bills just because they have Josh Allen, you know, and he we're about to get to that our list because we're about to give our top 10 players list. But
Okay, we
it's
can do
hard to
that.
say that. I know the Bills have lost some pieces. Um, their defense took a hit, I think, too. I know they're gonna get what Trey White back. I don't know when he's coming back though. Is he coming back this season? Do you know?
Let me look at Trey White injury.
Because is he
Um,
still
did
rehabbing?
he tore his ACL?
Because it wasn't it mid-season? Yeah.
He
I'm
played.
trying to look it up.
Yeah. Oh, he tore his
I don't know.
Achilles. He tore his ACL, then his Achilles.
And as a kid, oh,
I think
okay,
he's done for the whole year.
he's
Damn,
done for the whole year.
that's two really
Um,
bad injuries.
I honest, if I had to go with, I know it's crazy. Uh, I think the Jets are going to be in contention to win the division, especially because they have like a last place schedule, you know, because you
Yeah,
know they finished poorly last year. So I mean, running through their schedule. I know they got week one against San Francisco, but
yeah.
the 49ers, but I don't know. I think the Jets are going to be able to compete with a lot of people, especially if Aaron Rodgers returns to the level that like I think he's going to be fine. I think he's going to be fine. Um, because I mean
I like the
they still
Dolphins a
got a
lot.
stack defense. They still got a stack defense. I think Brees Hall is going to have a breakout season. Like he's been playing good, but like I think he's about to like explode this year. Like I don't want to say
Brees
CMC
Hall's
type of
tough.
numbers, but yeah, I think he's Brees Hall's going to have a great season. I think.
I
So,
st I
and
like
then
the
that
Dolphins
defense isn't
instead.
going anywhere. So it's like, you like the Dolphins, really?
I like the
To
Dolphins.
win the division? Like you're picking them to win the division.
I'm picking them to win. They Jalen Ramsey. They still
So
got
first round
Tyreek.
exits though.
I don't. It's just really how good Tua is. How much I trust Tua.
So let's just say I don't know how the matchups are going to be, obviously, but okay, let's say the Dolphins do win the division. Let's just say they're what, like the 3 seed, okay? Let's just
Hmm.
for sake the 3 seed. Let's just say somehow you got the Dolphins versus the Jets,
Yeah.
wild card wild card game. Who you picking?
Dolphins versus the Jets.
Yes, it's at Miami because they won the division.
Yeah,
Let's just say that
I
happens.
probably
Who you
pick the
picking?
Jets just because Aaron Rodgers in a
Okay.
playoff game. But I feel like regular season Dolphins would.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't. Aaron Rodgers. I still, even though he tore his Achilles, I still
But
think.
there's like,
Do you think they have enough weapons, the Jets?
bro, yeah, they got
Garrett
Mike
Wilson.
Williams. They got Mike Williams this
Oh, I
offseason.
forgot they got Mike
Yeah,
Williams.
yeah, they got Mike Williams. Who else do they have? I know they got some.
Did Mike Williams get in? Is he got
No,
injured last year? No,
I
he's
know,
good.
but he's fine now, I think.
Oh, they
They
did.
still got Alan Lazard. Like Alan Lazard got that. I mean, you could say, yeah, he's played with Rodgers. So and then
And
I
Garrett
think I
Wilson
think
is.
Brees Hall is gonna I think Brees Hall is gonna have just a great impact, you know? And it's
I
like,
agree.
I mean, I saw some things that they're just like forgetting last year. They're gonna do what they planned to do last year, this year. So like I think their defense, I think their defense still easily gonna be top five. Um, they're gonna lean on their defense, get turnovers. They're probably just gonna run the ball a lot with Brees Hall. And then if it's gonna take a lot of pressure off Aaron. And yeah, Aaron has weapons. You got Garrett Wilson and Mike Williams. They got weapons.
Yeah.
But
Do you want to get to our top 10?
yeah, we could get to our top 10. You want me to go first or you want to go first?
You can go first.
All right. All right, so for mine, I kind of took into account everything, just like if you're telling me
Yeah.
who I think the 10 best players are, like
Best
if,
football players. Yeah.
yeah. This is what I'm giving you. All right, number one, I got Mahomes. Number two, I got Josh Allen. Number three, yeah, we could debate about that. We'll talk about that. But
You're
number
not gonna
three, I
like my
got
list.
Tyreek.
Okay.
Okay, no, that's good. We could talk about it. Number three, I
Yeah.
got Tyreek. Number
Yep.
four, I got McCaffrey.
Hmm.
Number five, I got TJ Watt. Yeah, you're probably not gonna
Yep.
like my list either. Number six, I got Chris Jones. Number seven, I got Kelsey. Number eight, I put Lamar.
Hmm.
Number nine, Miles Garrett, and number 10, I'll put Max Crosby. I think Max Crosby.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna just tell you my list, then we can
I mean, not
argue.
too much variation. I just from their top 10, but like I just think the order.
I
Oh,
have
Josh wasn't in the top 10 though.
Josh isn't in my top 10.
No, I'm saying he wasn't in the NFL. So
I
like
know he's not in
top
my
nine or
top
top
10.
10.
Lamar's not
Yeah,
in my top 10 either. All
yeah.
right. But I have another.
I wasn't about to put Lamar either, but I
I
don't
have
know. I
another.
he did win MVP, so it's
You
yeah.
might be surprised by my last guy, but I'll
Okay.
explain. All right, so I got Mahomes 1, McCaffrey 2, Miles Garrett 3, Tyreek Hill 4, Justin Jefferson 5, Micah Parsons
Okay.
6, Trent Williams
Okay.
7, TJ Watt 8, Travis Kelsey 9, and my 10, I think he's going to be even higher next year, is CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud. Okay.
I think CJ
Interesting.
Stroud is really like that. Like I
Okay.
wanted him even higher, but like he had 1 year, but I think
Yeah.
he'll be
Put him
like
higher
a.
then. It's your list. You can put him higher.
I can't put him. I could
You
put
know
him,
who I
but
wanted to put on my list? Like I think Nick Bosa. I don't want to say he had a down year. I mean, if you just look at the stats, but I mean, a lot of goes into like getting sacks and stuff, obviously, because double
yeah,
teams, just. But I think Nick Bosa still. I was thinking about putting him in my top 10. I like Nick Bosa. I think he's still
yeah.
dominant.
I'm looking at their
But,
list. Brock Purdy's
and then
top.
like I like Kyle Hamilton, but I wasn't gonna put
Yeah.
him top.
Would you
Yeah.
think about is Sauce in your top 10? Is that crazy?
I
I
was
thought
thinking about it. He'd be close. Like he's one of those persons like on it as like I got Nick Bosa, I got Sauce, obviously.
I
I
thought
think.
about Sauce.
Yeah, I
That's
thought I thought about putting Sauce, but I don't know, just because like I felt like I had to put Lamar in there, just because like I mean he has been super dominant when he's played in the regular season. So I mean I did
yeah,
take that into account because that is like even though he played really poorly in the playoffs, like the regular season is still a big part of like football. So
yeah.
and he has two MVPs. So,
I like
but
Lamar too.
let's debate about Josh though. Why don't you? I personally, I mean, I think Josh is second best, uh, in the league,
To be
and
honest, thinking
obviously, so I think he's the second best quarterback. I don't think that's debatable. I think it's Mahomes and Josh, and then you put anyone else. I don't care who
I
you
think
put after
Stroud's
that.
better
Like,
than Josh. I think Stroud's better than Josh Allen.
what?
But Josh Allen. Think about it.
What?
I would put him in my top 10. But I would have.
Well, for being honest, Josh Allen, like I know Mahomes. If you look at his playoff stats, they're like otherworldly, like they're dominant. Like Josh Allen's playoff stats are just dominant too. Like I think he has like this is his passing stats. He has like 21 touchdowns to 4 picks in like 10 games. Like I know
Yeah.
everyone see the first, especially casual fans, the first thing they're gonna say, "Oh, he turns the ball over too much." He doesn't turn the ball over in the playoffs. Like it's different when you get in the playoffs,
Yeah.
and it's just like I mean, no one debates the talent. Like everyone knows, talk about Josh Allen. He's probably the most talented player or like quarterback at least in NFL.
Yeah.
Like just talent wise, like his ability's like 6'6", two whatever, 220, 40.
Hmm.
I don't know. But I don't know. In the
I
playoffs, he
probably
just
would.
turns it into another level.
Now your argument, I probably would put. I would still put Stroud over him, but I think I would take like TJ Watt out.
Really? After like you CJ Stroud, I mean,
Are we
see
bringing
that's
into
what
like
we're
next
bringing
year,
it.
like first game, like who would you rather have?
Not really.
Like in a game right
I don't.
now,
I wasn't really projecting. I was just like
but it's
10
not
best
project. It's
players,
like
like right now.
right now, one game. Who would I
Yeah,
rather have?
right now, yeah.
I think I would take. I really like
I
Stroud,
think you're
man.
crazy. I think you're crazy for that, especially
Would you
Josh
take?
Allen. Like I don't.
Would you take Stroud
Huh?
or Lamar?
Are we talking about a playoff game or what are we talking
Yeah,
about? Because that
like this. There's one game. Your life depends on it. You need a quarterback.
I'm I'm taking Stroud to be honest,
Okay.
and I think that just shows how bad Lamar's been in the playoffs. Because Stroud hasn't done anything in the playoffs either, really. Like he had one good game, and then he played the Ravens. See, but that's what I'm saying. Like there's levels to it. Like Mahomes played the Ravens with and the Chiefs weren't
But
good,
he what?
or the
Yeah.
Chiefs have.
But Mahomes
Oh,
is Mahomes is probably gonna be the. I don't even like lazy Mahomes, but he's probably gonna be the GOAT. But
mm.
I don't
But
know.
that's what I'm saying. There's level. Josh Allen like can take a like I think it's Mahomes. Josh is like I'm not saying Josh. I think it's Mahomes, Josh, and then everyone else. To be honest, when you're talking about quarterbacks
I mean, I
specifically,
can't argue with that. Like, I can't really argue with that one at all, to be honest.
especially the body of work he's put on the past couple years. Like I know he doesn't have a Super Bowl or like a bunch of playoff wins to show for it, but I mean a lot of that's because of the Chiefs. I mean, he just hasn't been able to beat the Chiefs. If the Chiefs don't exist, I mean, Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen definitely has at least one Super Bowl. You could
You think
argue
so?
as multiple, like especially that year. Um, the coin toss year, the tie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You think if they had the
Yeah.
rules
Like I
now?
mean,
Yeah, that was a crazy game.
well, I mean that was a crazy. That's part of the reason why the rules are in effect now. Everyone was complaining about that. I mean, rightfully so. Like he didn't get the ball, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
happened in the past. But yeah. I mean, like I don't know what else more. That's what I'm saying. Like, what more could Josh Allen have really done that game? You know,
yeah.
like I mean, he had like almost
Maybe I'm
400
just.
yards passing. He had like 4 touchdowns. And if you just watch the game, he was making every play he needed to, like down the stretch too. And that's what I'm saying, where he went against Mahomes, Andy Reid, Kelsey, and then they scored with 13 seconds left. Obviously, they had Tyreek too. But like, that's tough. You just can't really do nothing about that. And then even
I,
this past year, he had a good game against the Chiefs. He always performs in the playoffs when he needs to. It's just the defense has let him down at times. Obviously, Tyler Bass missed a field goal this year. Like there's still a
Mhm.
minute and a half left in the game. The Chiefs could still score the game. If they don't, it goes into overtime. Who knows what happens? But I don't know. A lot of I don't think a lot of the playoff loss that he's had is his fault entirely. Like he's played well. He's played well enough to win.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I can't argue it. Josh Allen.
I'm just
I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just CJ Stroud is
Josh
like the
Allen's
new
that
guy.
guy.
So the new guy, you just have
The
like
the fatigue.
face.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
I guess
yeah.
I'm just too used to Josh Allen being. It's like yeah, too raw.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
I think
But
CJ Stroud will have a crazy year. That's my guy.
I
I'm
think
super.
CJ Stroud's gonna have a good year. I mean, what they added Diggs, so it's like they're stacked. They got Diggs, Nico Collins, Hank Dell.
Another guy I'm high on.
Thankfully he's healthy now, or I think he's healthy.
I think he could be the because I say look, Mahomes, Stroud, and Josh Allen are three best quarterbacks. I think Jordan Love will be the fourth best quarterback this year. Jordan Love's
I'm not
high.
gonna debate with you with that. Remember we
Jordan
did the
Love.
rankings? I had Green Bay. Didn't I have Green Bay at number one, like taking the 1 seed
Did you?
like 3 months ago? Yeah, I
I
remember.
think I
I
like Green
don't
Bay too.
because I was looking at their schedule. I mean, I feel like it's gonna come down to that 40. Because I think they play the 49ers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they're
And I think it's probably gonna come down to that game. I'm pretty sure. I'm looking it up right now.
when we
Yeah, they
get
play
closer
they
to
play the
this,
49ers.
when we get closer to the season, we'll probably make a standings prediction or
Yeah, we'll definitely do that. Yeah.
but like right now,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah. But
Um,
yeah.
I kind of want to talk about. Well, on our little thing right here, we said who gets paid first on the Cowboys. That's been a
Oh yeah,
big debate. I've seen that all over Instagram. I've seen like polls like what Cowboys
yeah.
would think.
That's always on ESPN like every single day. But
Me personally, I think I think because it's between Dak, Micah, and CeeDee Lamb. I think Dak is last on that list, to be honest. I know he's a quarterback,
okay, okay, I
but
agree with that. Who thinks first? Let's see. Let's see.
I think I would take CeeDee first.
Hmm.
Ah, but I
Yeah.
put Micah
I,
at like five. What am I talking about?
I think they're gonna pay Micah first. I think
A lot
just
of
but it's tough though because CD just what he had like 1,600 yards. I think he just had a great year, and it's like receivers are getting
but you agree
paid.
that Dak is last, right?
Um, I think Dak is I just say he's quarterback, but like I think yeah, I think Dak's last.
Yeah.
But especially I feel like they would have no, I don't know. What do you think the number is going to be after? Do you think you think CD's asking for more than what Jefferson just got
I heard
or what?
I don't know what
Like
I heard this on a podcast, so whatever, like or some article or something. I heard that Mike and CD want to be the most highest paid like non-quarterback
oh,
tier.
like
So
both of them?
yeah, so it would be that means higher than Jefferson. I would say
Yeah.
because Jefferson got let me see, I'm gonna look it up. Jefferson got a bag, like
Yeah,
just
no. Didn't he
yes.
get a lot guaranteed too? Didn't he get like
Yeah, he got
150 guaranteed or am I tripping?
um 4 year 140. Let me how much is guaranteed?
How much was guaranteed? Because oh wait, because that's what
Um
really mattered.
yeah, I think
110 million guaranteed.
oh my
110.
because
So,
basketball, everything's
yeah, that's
guaranteed,
crazy.
but 110 in football is
Yeah.
crazy. But I mean, he is
Yeah,
Justin Jefferson.
no.
Did
Yeah,
you
he
have
is
Justin
Justin
Jefferson in
Jefferson.
your top 10?
No, but yeah, like that's
You're
partly
taking
because of last
Tyreek.
year.
I put Tyreek at 4 and him at
I'm
5.
taking Ty I'm taking Tyreek over. I mean, see, that's where I did kind of. I don't want to say I forgot about him, but I was taking last year, a lot of last year into account too.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but another guy I debated. I was about to put him in my top 10 with CD. CD did have a like just
CD.
dominant year. Like I was thinking of like who are those like game changers, you know? But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the
I
CD
thought
was
about
really taking
Jamar.
over games. Yeah,
Would you take
Jamar. Yeah.
CD and There's so many good
Would I take
receivers.
CD or Jamar?
I mean, that's kind
Ooh,
of
that's
odd.
tough. I feel like it's just so recent. Like, even if we don't think so, there's just so much recency bias that
Recency
goes
bias.
into it. Like, even if it's subconsciously, just because,
I would
Joe
take
was hurt
Jamar
last year.
still.
So it's like,
I would take
hmm,
Jamar still.
that's
CD had a better year, of
that's tough.
course, but
That's tough.
I don't know. Jamar just
Yeah,
is like that.
yeah.
Do
But
we want? Is there anything else, or do you want to go to the?
real quickly. I know this isn't really hot news. It's just because I was watching. He was on Shannon Sharp's podcast.
Yeah,
What do you think what's gonna happen with Devontae? You think like if the Raiders are just terrible to come out of the season, which is a possibility, and
I
like
think.
he was visibly upset last year or I don't want to say
Yeah,
that because like
who's their
that's kind of
quarterbacks?
false, but he kind of
Minshew.
broke that down. I don't know if he was upset, but it's like you think he's gonna get traded if the Raiders are like I want to say like 2-6 to come out of the season? What you
What
think
would
that's a
the
possibility?
trade destination? What would some trade
I don't
destinations be?
know, but do
Ed?
you just think I
Uh,
guess it's I don't know.
it feels weird because remember he did all this. Both of
I
his
guess my question is, do you think Devontae's still like in that
rating.
elite tier of wide receivers? 'Cause I think he is. I personally think he is. It's just like
He doesn't have a quarterback. Yeah.
he kind of broke it down in the podcast. Yeah, like that does matter. Yeah, it really does matter.
Um, I don't know. I wouldn't. I don't think he's in my top three, but I would put him
Oh
around the
yeah,
7 to 10 range.
it's tough now because like I just want to say that upper echelon of tier. 'Cause, I mean, like
Yeah. There's
the
what?
seventh best wide receiver because it's still like it's like elite,
I
elite.
think
What?
he's in
Because
that
like
second.
Amon Ra, because even Amon Ra, like what? Amon Ra, you could
I
probably
think
say is
he's in
like
that
around that
second
5 to
tier.
7. You think
I
he's in
think
that
he's
second tier?
because the first tier I would say is Tyreek, Jamar, CD, and Jefferson.
Okay,
That's what one Tyreek, Jamar,
that's
CD,
four.
Jefferson, four. And then I would him, Amara. I really like
AJ Brown. I feel like you
yeah.
got to put AJ Brown in
Is
there.
Amari Cooper a second tier?
I don't think
Or is
so.
that
I think you
crazy
got to put
bias?
AJ Brown in there. Yeah, that's that's
Crazy.
your Brown bias.
Amari Cooper. Let me look at I feel like I'm drawing a blank on some receivers. Um Stephon. I don't think Stephon's even there yet. Still,
Hey, the meeting's about to end in a minute too, just to let you know.
oh, you
You
want to
know
just
how
do
I mean,
do another one?
yeah, you want to just do it now?
Yeah, yeah, we can do it now.
Yeah, okay. We'll be right back.
Yeah,
All right, we're back. Sorry about that. But
little delay, but we good.
yeah, I mean, we were talking about Devontae and all that. We'll just see how that plays out. But it all depends on how the Raiders do, I think. But let's just move on talking about because we're both Warrior fans. Let's talk about like just our offseason moves because we haven't made a pod since the offseason moves. Like what do you think about them? What do you also think about Laurie? Like they were in discussions with him recently again, but
Bro,
and
I'm
some
not
news
even.
came out today too about it. So
So Laurie just signed, or he's projected to sign
yeah,
tomorrow. Today's August 6th, so he's not trade the whole next year. Huge bag, good for him. I'm not even lying, bro. I had a little job this summer, and I was really looking up Laurie Markkanen's because I was on a computer. And I was really looking up Laurie Markkanen's name like every 20 minutes, like
bro.
he's trade to the Warriors. And freaking the same thing with Paul George. So the Warriors just, oh my God, almost got two
But
stars.
I seen something though that they like could have got done. They just didn't want to give up Brandon. Did you see that?
Yeah, Pajemski.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, bro, what? What do you
Yeah.
think
So
about that?
what it would have been what? Because they threw Moody in like a couple picks,
I
couple
think
first,
it would have been
so,
Moody, Pajemski, and
and a
probably
couple
Gary
first.
Payton's. And no, I mean the Jazz are scammers. They probably would have wanted three first and two swaps. So would you give up three, or maybe not? Would you give up three first, Pajemski and Moody for Laurie? I personally would.
I would, yeah, I would do it. Yeah,
It's like the whole deal breaker. Everything I read is Pajemski. The Warriors love him, and I
yeah,
like
no,
Pajemski, but Laurie, bro, if you had Curry, let's say D'Anthony Melton, Laurie, Kaminga, Draymond, with the like, that's so much better than whatever this roster is right now.
yeah,
What do you think or okay, I have two questions for you. First,
yeah.
what would you grade the offseason for the Warriors?
The Warriors. Do I take into account what they could have done? Because there was
What would
some.
you just grade them? You
What would I grade up? I would
just,
actually.
I guess you can
I,
take that.
Okay, if I take that into account, I'd give them a B or B plus. But I actually think they did make some good moves. Like I'm gonna get into something. I actually think they made some really good moves. Um, I know they lost Clay, which is tough, even though he wasn't really playing well at times. And it was frustrating watching like a lot. I mean, it's not even just that last game where he went 0 for 11 against the Kings. It's just throughout the whole season, he was very streaky. He was just missing open shots. There was just a lot. But I mean, they got Buddy Hield, and it's funny. Me and Kevin were having a debate about it. Like, I actually we were both thinking they should get Buddy Hield like before we thought Clay was leaving, because like Buddy Hield last season was even like he was. I thought Buddy Hield's decent.
Wasn't that good on the Sixers, but I think he'll be.
But
I think
like
he's.
no, but like with this type of shots he was getting, he wasn't even putting up that many shots, and he was
Do
so
you think?
average.
Do you think he'll get minutes like that on the Warriors?
I think he's gonna get minutes. Yeah.
Like he'll get minutes like
I
fifth,
think
but
he's
I
gonna
don't.
be a rotational piece. I think he's
That's,
gonna fit into the system good. But I
yeah,
also like D'Anthony. I like the D'Anthony
I
Melton.
like that signing.
I really like that. That's a reason. I liked it. I love the D'Anthony Melton pickup. Do you think he's starting though?
I heard everything. There's Brandon Pajemski got like a promise that he's starting at the two.
Okay,
That's
because
what
I was
I
gonna
read
say
it
no. It's
today.
just because you listed it earlier.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah, yeah.
but no. I think he's just gonna be.
That's another. That was gonna be my next question is what do you think their starting lineup's gonna be? Because they have a like I feel like it's not like a set in stone starting lineup. Like
I know, yeah.
me
Um,
personally, it would be Curry, Pajemski, Wiggins,
Wiggins.
Draymond, Kaminga, like
I mean, I
last year.
don't. I don't really see them running Draymond at just like running that
I
like a
understand that,
lot. You
but
know what I mean? But it
like
also might be matchup dependent too. It's probably gonna be matchup dependent.
I feel like I know I'm like a biased D, but like even non-biased aside, I feel like you can't not start Kaminga this year. I don't even think that's biased. His fourth year, he just averaged 16 and 26 minutes.
Yeah.
And they don't have a secondary scorer. Like they if they want to win games, they need him to average 30 minutes a game and be that second. But Steve Kerr's also fuck, he's also, he's an idiot sometimes. So he'll probably start. I mean, yeah, it makes more sense
You
starting
see Wiggins
Trace.
getting benched? Like it,
Who would you put at the three? Kaminga?
like,
That's kind of nasty.
but I'm not. Their spacing's kind of.
Kaminga, Draymond,
I'm not
Trace.
going. I will.
That's why I wanted Laurie
Not
so
gonna
bad.
happen. I was thinking about starting Buddy Hield though. Like I know it's not gonna happen, most likely.
At the 3?
No, just like instead of pods, but like I know they love pods. Steve Kerr loves
Yeah,
pods.
yeah.
Like,
Steve Kerr
you know,
loves Paul. I was thinking starting Melton. I would have started D'Anthony
you
Melton
think
over
starting
Hield
Melton?
because he guards. That's and then you have because you don't have a backup
Yeah,
point guard, so you just have Pajemski. But Steve Kerr, I think he'll start. I think he'll probably start Pods and Trace.
he's definitely starting pods and Trace. Yeah, that's what I was gonna. I think they're starting Trace, but
You think they? I feel like in year 4, averaging, they don't have a secondary score. I feel like they can't not start Kaminga. You think that that's
yeah.
like an actual possibility?
See, that's what I'm. That would be so
That
whack. Like if it's let's just say it's Steph, pods.
Wiggins,
No, not
Draymond.
Wiggins. Like Draymond, Kuminga, and Trace.
That's
That
like
would be
spacing.
yeah, that'd be I don't like that, but like
That's why the Laurie would have been so good
yeah.
because even though Draymond
I'm not
is
gonna lie,
still
it
playing at the
matters though if
5,
Wiggins just returns back to what he was in that playoff run. I'm not gonna lie.
bro, I have no hope for that.
You don't have any hope for that anymore?
But
Bro, I
zero.
still have hope. I still have hope.
I have
But,
none.
hey, was it confirmed like why he's been like why he was like taking time off a lot? Because
I
even
heard
last
the girlfriend, but I think that's cap. I
no,
think it's
that wasn't that debunked like a whole
yeah,
year
it was
ago.
like his dad was sick or
But then
something.
he
I mean,
missed time again.
I feel like that's not my business, but
Yeah. But like,
he's been so
okay, yeah, you're right.
he
But
was
so
so good in the 2020
that's what I'm
form.
saying. So like, do you think?
Like,
Well, it's just so weird how he just like
bro, as Warriors fans though, are we really looking at that and be like, oh, we need like we can't like, bro, he's been bad 2 years. Like he was on the
Yeah.
whole trade block the whole summer, but like, what team is
No,
gonna
because
take
all
that
the thing
contract?
is, I think with the roster, that's why Laura would be tough. All we need is like a reliable secondary like shot creator who can like reliably score.
I just would love the starting lineup of Curry, Melton, Laurie, Kaminga, and Draymond. Like I was just dreaming of that every
Yeah,
night.
not if you.
And then like I would have gave up
I
pods
forgot
on.
we got Kyle Anderson too.
What do you? I like Kyle Anderson, but bro, when you have Draymond,
Yeah,
Kaminga, and Trace, 3 non-spacers,
they're just gonna.
like how is he getting minutes? I mean, I know Steve Kerr. He's gonna. I feel like Kyle Anderson's. You know how there's always one player each year that Steve Kerr gives minutes to, and you're like, that's driving you crazy. I feel
Yeah,
like that's gonna be Kyle Anderson,
you think it's gonna be like what was
bro.
his name?
He's really good at defense though.
Yeah, no, you think he's gonna, bro? There's no way it's to the level of. Why am I forgetting
Brad
his name?
Wanamaker, Juan
Yeah,
Toscano.
Brad Wanamaker. Oh,
I mean,
that was
I
just that was
I
tough.
feel like I feel like Steve Kerr's gonna play him a lot as like a undersized 5. Like that's the Steve
Hmm.
Kerr type play. Like play him at the 5. Say Dray. He's basically a Draymond kinda. He's a
I
good
was about to
pass.
say it's just gonna be like playing in the role of like Draymond.
Yeah,
Like
but
yeah.
I saw a bunch of memes of like the Draymond Kyle Anderson mints are gonna be too undersized, like
Yeah.
can't shoot. Do you think I have another question? Do
Yeah.
you think Draymond's holding the Warriors back?
I get what you're saying with that. And
Because you can't not start him. You don't really
nah,
want to play.
because like Draymond, I feel he's still
He's still
I'm not
valuable.
gonna give a number. He's still I think one of the best defenders in the NBA. And their offense, the way that unless you want to completely change the offense and focus, that's where you're saying you could run it more
Kaminga.
through Kaminga then. But the way that their offense has been built and what they've been doing with Steve Kerr is just Draymond's like a pivotal key in that, you know?
I
Like
just
like Draymond runs it basically. I mean, I know Steph is like
yeah, I know just but I'm just
yeah.
saying, is that something that holds them back is having all their thing through Draymond. And
No,
then he is still a good player, but you you see you can't really Kaminga their really other score building block.
I get what you're saying, but I personally think there's a cap with what they can do with Kaminga. So then that's where I would say
I'm
like
I'm really high.
if they just Draymond was not on the team and you would just slot Kaminga there and you would have what Steph, Pods, Wiggins, Kaminga, and Trace or whoever.
I
I
would
don't I
that's
I
why
don't
I'm
see that.
with
I
the
don't see that
Warriors
vision.
because they're so decisive. Like they didn't choose a because they didn't want to give up Kaminga or Pods, but they wanted a big player. So it's basically like, oh, we want Lloyd, but we don't really want to give up nothing. Like we're gonna give up Moody, who
Yeah.
Steve Kerr has been given the rotation. So it's like you have to give something to get something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
They want it. I don't. I grade their offseason a D plus, D
A
plus.
D. I get what
Just
you're
because,
saying.
just
But
because. I feel like their biggest weakness last year was a secondary option,
Yeah,
and they
no,
didn't
that's
get that.
100% what the weakness was. Because
And
I mean,
they always had depth. They
if
got depth
you
this offseason,
if you
and there's gonna be a logjam
I
this
guess
year.
you're right because they had Chris. Yeah, because if you look at like Steph's last like 20 or 25 games, like his stats. I mean, everything was like went down. His shooting
Yes.
percentage went down. I think he averaged like 20 in his last 25 games. And I mean, it's just because everyone was just they were just throwing everything at him. You know, they were just blitzing him on those screens. Like you could see it in the Kings game too. That's what they were doing a lot. Like I mean, I know Steph only had like he shot 50% I think that game, but he only got like 16 shots up. I think was it 16? Barely got
Yeah,
any shots up.
he
But
was quiet.
well, but I mean, it's because that's the thing I hate too. They just keep going to that. I think they need to let Steph ISO more sometimes too. Like, because
I think
they just come up, set those screens, and then they just blitz them, and then Steph just has to get rid of the ball, and then he's just out of the play for the rest of the play, you know?
yeah.
Like, too much of that happens, and then that's why. But that's
That's why
really
the
what their only problem was. They didn't have a reliable secondary scorer, you know, besides Steph.
lack of size too, I think, was a thing.
Yeah,
That's what
but I think because of how great Steph is, if he still plays at that level, they could get around that, just like they've always have, you
yeah, they
know?
need that's what every year, like this year,
Like
they
in the championship run, it was really Jordan Poole and Wiggins were like both kind of combined for that
yeah.
secondary like reliable scorer, and then Wiggins was just locking everyone up. He was being an all-world defender. So, but it's like they don't have that anymore. They just literally,
Uh I'm the thing that makes me most mad is just like I'm literally gonna back up Steve Kerr here, which I usually don't. It's just like he has a log like this year, they like I'll name them Curry, Pajemski, Wiggins, Kuminga, Draymond, and then you have Melton, Heald, Payton, Moody, Kyle Anderson, and Trace and Looney. So that's 12 guys. You can
yeah.
only really play 9 or 10 a night. So there's a logjam of like mid, you know what I
Kerr
mean?
plays everyone in in regular season.
I don't, but like he's not gonna play like this year. I'd rather like if you're not doing much, just give Moody at least 25 minutes a game.
Mm,
But with, like there are 11 guys, I could see Moody getting like 10 minutes and then falling out the rotation this year.
mm,
I feel like Kuminga and Pajemski will they kind of establish themselves. They'll get their they
yeah.
might get like 20. I'd rather have
Hawks was playing like 30 minutes a game last season for a lot of the games.
yeah. I'd just
So
rather have 9 or 10 guys and then like have 2 stars and like a smaller rotation than a bigger rotation of like I just yeah,
yeah, no, I like that too. It's just Kerr hasn't been really done doing that.
but I don't even think it's Kerr's fault. It's just the hand he was dealt. Like
Wait,
he's
so
not
you think
like I don't know why I don't understand the Kyle Anderson signing, to be
so
honest.
you're saying, but it's like you're saying that just because he has these players now, he's gonna just play them?
Like Kyle Anderson's they didn't sign him for what a 3 or 27 not to be in the rotation.
I guess, but like that's
Like
where
what is
I feel like, yeah, no, I
what
100% get what you're saying. Yeah,
like Gary Payton I feel like Gary Payton might fall off the rotation and like
yeah,
I actually love Kyle Anderson, but like for this team, I don't get it at all. Maybe they want like Draymond's not gonna get as many minutes, sure, but like
mm,
why are you getting another non-spacer you're gonna give him 15 minutes? I know that's in the grand scheme of things, that's not much, but it's just like you're hindering Moody's development.
yeah. I don't
Heald
like,
and
yeah,
Melton, Heald and Melton are good signs because they're good. We don't have spacing. They can both. Heald can really shoot it. Melton, but the Laurie thing. I loved it because it's Laurie, but it's also you're probably trading 3 players for either 1 or 2 players. So it's like you lose someone in the rotation and you get a better guy. Like I'd rather do a deal like that
I know what
than
you're talking about. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like a
yeah,
2 for 1 than a.
yeah.
That's what I'm really bothered by. But I give the Warriors the D plus.
Mhm.
Um, I But I mean, I think as Warriors fans, like you can agree, like we're kind of spoiled. Like we got 4 championships. Like
I know it's just annoying because I mean Steph's still playing, even though he ended the season off like not at that elite level, but which wasn't entirely his fault. Like he's still, I mean, I think he's still, I don't want to say, I think he's still top five. But I mean that's our, it's tough.
the biggest that I wouldn't. I don't think I'd put him.
You want to put him top five?
I'd take Jalen Brunson over him right now.
You take Jalen Brunson over Steph?
Yeah, I think. I
Okay.
mean,
I mean,
I'm not gonna take because in the Olympics he hasn't been good, but Ashton
Well,
take
that's a little different. I mean, he's not getting the same shot volume, so it's like he's not getting the rhythm.
He's 36. Like he needs really a reliable second option.
Yeah, yeah.
I think
I
if
mean,
Kaminga
everyone
gets
else in the
minutes, he
league
can
pretty
do it.
much has a reliable second option, at least. But
Yeah, everyone does. The West is. We can. I don't know if we can talk about it in our episode, but like
yeah.
other than Portland, like the West is stacked. So maybe the worst can really fall out the play-in. Like
I was
that's
gonna say, do you see this team getting
I
uh
I think
like top six at all, like potential, or you think they're like just playing to potential, not playing?
um, I'm just there's or we can I guess we can talk about it today briefly, but like OKC, Minnesota,
Denver,
OKC, Denver, Dallas, I think are four locks.
yeah.
Did I forget anyone? I think I have a bold I think or it's not even bold. Clippers had a bad offseason. I think Clippers might fall out to like 13, 12. Like I think they can be that bad. Uh,
Minnesota's probably gonna be up there.
I don't even think the Celtics? They're in the
Now
East.
we're talking about the West.
Yeah, did you say Celtics?
No, I said Minnesota.
Oh yeah, Minnesota, OKC, Denver, Phoenix. Do you see the Kings getting better? They got DeMar.
Yeah, I mean,
I think New Orleans, I know they got DeJounte. I don't really like their offseason, to be honest. And that might be a bold take, but just they have a logjam of creators. They have no big. I think they could honestly get worse than last year, and they're an eighth seed. I can see them falling out the play-in. I don't know if that's crazy to say, but like I'm really disappointed too because I want to see Trey Murphy start, but Bi, Zion, CJ, Dejounte, Houston might get a little. Oh, Memphis is for surely gonna get
yeah,
better.
Memphis.
So I'm saying for the Warriors, man, it's scary, man. Like you would need pods
Why
Kaminga.
didn't
Like
why don't you think they made why don't you think they made that big move?
I read all the articles. They're just so high in pods, like
Yeah, but
because
like even if you're so high,
they like Utah didn't even want
so
Kaminga.
are they content
Wanted
with just
pod.
running like playing stuff out and like not competing then? That's what I'm saying.
I
Like
think if I'm giving them like I think they probably think, oh, they said Pajemski's an all-star, future all-star. They think maybe Pajemski,
yeah, but future, like how many years? Steph
yeah, that's
don't
what I'm
got
saying.
that many years left, I don't think.
They really didn't choose the Steph Curry timeline, which is a little frustrating.
You know why we're really having this conversation? What really hurt?
What?
I feel like they missed on their draft picks.
Yeah. I mean, they just
I
hit
mean,
on
I mean, just specifically the James Wiseman one, but because that
they
would
should
have,
have traded those picks. That's what everyone says. But
yeah,
I
but
think
I mean, because if you just draft, if you trade them, obviously, yeah, but like if you just draft well, because that's what you got to do, you got to keep drafting and bringing that talent. Like that would have helped them bridge it, you know?
especially there's not like a Warriors team with KD or LeBron, Kyrie, Kevin Love. Like there's so much parity. Like they could have just had one run, like and like won the whole thing, if they get Laurie or something. Like there's
Yeah.
not like but maybe what they're thinking is like, oh, like OKC, Minnesota are like, no matter what we do, we're not gonna be able to beat them. So they're thinking the long game. But I don't think there's
But
a I don't think they're that,
I don't think that. You think they're thinking like that? Because I mean, if you're thinking like that, you 100% have to still tell Steph. And I mean, I saw a quote about it, but
I
with
just
Steph talking about it, but
I just don't know how you go into the season with this roster, like to be honest. Like it's a little frustrating.
hmm.
But maybe I bite my words. Maybe Pajemski averages 17. Maybe I'm tweaking. Kuminga averages 25, but I just don't see that happening.
25.
I'm saying I don't see that happening.
I think Steph's gonna have a really good season though, but
Maybe they trade Draymond so they can start Trace and Kuminga. I don't know. Wiggins. I know they wanted to trade Wiggins. Oh, okay. This will be my last question. I seen this trade proposal.
hmm.
It was like, would you trade like Wiggins, Moody, and salary, say Gary Payton? And I saw like the Cam Johnson, Dorian Finney-Smith. Have you saw that?
No, I didn't see that.
But I guess that's rumored. It would be more spacing, and I would like it because it's a 3-for-2. But man, that Lloyd marketing was I had my hopes up.
Man, yeah,
It might be a rough year, B, but
yeah. Um, it might be. I mean, maybe that's just a fan of me. I still think there's some hope, but
Last year I had hope. This year,
oh,
mm,
last year I had a lot of hope, especially.
last year I had a lot of hope. I mean, they won 46 games. Like
Yeah.
that's it's just the
No, but
West is.
that's just like you said, the West is just stacked. Like
I think Portland will be bad. I think Utah. Well, Utah will be bad even with Lori.
I know, but see, we're trying to compete, you know? Like we're
Yeah, it's rough.
yeah, it's rough.
Like only Houston might not be okay.
Yeah.
Clippers fall out. New Orleans falls out. Maybe Warriors get it, but like the West is gonna be super stacked.
I mean,
I'm excited to be back. It was a cool episode.
cool episode. We're gonna just keep coming out with episodes. You know, I mean, we got the Olympics still going on right now, so
Yeah.
that's gonna be fun. We're gonna be coming out with episodes, this weekend once the gold medal game ends and all that good stuff.
And let
Um,
us know what you want to see. I'll post this on Instagram. Like Brain will help me, like he'll do the YouTube. I'll post this on Instagram. So maybe I might do like a Q&A. So maybe I'll ask him some questions or things
okay,
you guys want us to talk
I
about.
like that.
That might be fun. I
Yeah,
don't know.
we'll
We're
we'll
back.
we'll get more creative with it too. I know we used to have like the Island Talk segment,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
like we could really talk about anything. So I think the Q&A, that's a really good idea, and I mean, we'll just keep going from here.
Yeah,
Keep
yeah,
being
yeah.
creative, keep talking about sports when news drops. But we're back at it. I know we were gone for a while, but we're
Yep.
back.
And once the season starts for NBA, NFL, oh yeah. But
Mhm.
it's off season right now. But it was good to see
All right,
y'all.
peace.